What's the deal, my people? You know it is the Don Tony Teflon. I'm back at you, another one, and sorry about the late delay of this whole stream. I had to change my shirt because the other color of my shirt was throwing off my camera for whatever reason. So I had to throw this one on instead. So I'm sorry if it's not as sexy as my normal attire, but I had to find something quick, and this is what I found. But what's going on to everybody out there? Hope you're having a great day. This is from season 4 stream, the Don Tony Teflon. We are going to talk about everything dealing with Donna. And we're going to figure out what's going on with this character of Donna 100%. When this is over, when you're done with this stream, you will know everything you need to know about the character of Donna, where she's going, where I believe she's going, and everything else. Right? We're going to go through all that stuff. We're going to go through everything and take care of everything like that. But before I do all that stuff, before all this stuff goes on, let me say, because I am not alone, I am here with all y'all in the chat. So let's say what up to the people who've come out here and joined me in the chat. We got my man, we got 08 Callie in the building, rocking with us. She does the most is up in this bitch. TNX is in here rocking with us as always, up in the building. Always count on you, rocking with. We got Doc Kaiju in the building, rocking with us. We got Classic EverQuest in the building, rocking with us. Kelly is in the building, rocking with us right now. We have, who is this on the top right there? Rose Jones is up in this piece, rocking with us right now. We have a lot more people than what I'm naming, but maybe they just aren't in the chat. Maybe they just are just chilling in the background. We got Jules is in the building. She pops in and says, "What's up? What up to you? What up to you? Appreciate seeing you out here and everything." Again, the call-in phone line number is 518-290-0848. It is on the crawl on the bottom, just going across there, so you can just always see it right there and everything. Make sure you hit that thumbs up on your way in. Make sure that you because that shares the video and that gets it out. And once it gets it out, then more people will be joining us up in this piece and everything else. And all this, and we can have a real good discussion about this. Hopefully Phil will be joining me later. I don't know. Hopefully he does, because it's never the same without Phil. I wish LMR would join, but she has been on hiatus, but I'm sure she'll be back when the season starts. That being said, let's get right into this. So when we deal with the character of Donna, I think let's look at how she first arrived. The story of how she first arrived. She was with her sister. Her sister was this rugged lady. Like, they stressed the fact of how rugged her sister was. And they stressed this fact to let you know that when they stopped in the town and the monsters and them came up, and they were on some hunting expedition. And when the monsters came up and how her sister went up to the monsters, not afraid of these monsters, but yet got her face clawed right off in front of Donna. Made Donna run, hide. She hid. It's 4 talismans. Before all that, she hid successfully all night long. It wasn't found. We see the picture of Donna's sister. They show it in there, that it was in there. Has a little rip in the side. I know people have commented about the rip. Don't know if that's so... if that is so mystical. But what is mystical to me when dealing with the picture is that why would she have that picture of her sister in the car at that time? They're going on a hunting trip. I've been on hunting trips. I ain't never had no picture of anybody I was going hunting with in the car. Never. Not one time. What was the sense to that picture being in there? And that's the only photo album. Then I would have to say that she'd have other pictures. Cousins, brothers, children, nieces, nephews, somebody. But yet she has this one picture in there. Just so happens to have this picture of her sister that goes along with her story. That goes on. Now, no one has witnessed this but Donna. No one's there, right? No one's seen her sister get the face ripped off. It's Donna's story. Now, are we to believe this is the way it happened for her. I mean, it sounds very plausible. We've seen the monsters attack the ambulance when the beautiful Acosta came in. We've seen how they got down there. So we know the monsters do that. So it's a very plausible story. But to me, when I look at the picture situation right off the bat, I ask myself, why did she have just that one picture of her sister? Now, if it was her sister's car, why did her sister have it? I don't carry pictures of myself in my car. Never have. I got a phone. It got some pictures of me. But I've never carried a physical picture of myself in my car. Now, if they said her sister was in the process of moving, Donna was in the process of moving, then we could say they were packed up with some stuff they were going to move. But that wasn't the case. They were just going on a hunting trip. And when this hunting trip goes down, she gets ambushed. Now, Donna was able to survive all night by herself. They did not find her at all. Not one time. We've seen them stalk other people. We've seen them do it. We've seen them find things from people, find other people. But it's not impossible to hide because we fought a talisman, everybody hid. But most of them, we've seen that they're hid because the next time we see Donna, and we're aware of Donna in the storyline, is when Boyd arrives. All right, Boyd arrives. And when Boyd arrives, we see that they have these dugout holes in the floor to hide from the monsters. And it's not until Boyd gets there, all right, and he discovers the talismans that Colony House is then established. So all the time that Donna was there before, there was no Colony House, no orgy parties, no mother hen going on there. We didn't see any of that. The people that we seen that were there were Donna, Dale, were there when Boyd got there, and Father Cotry. Those were the main people that we seen that was in the bunker with him. All right. And even when we seen them there and they were hiding in that hole, we heard other people getting killed. Now, these monsters find them in the hole, and that's why they were getting killed. But it just so happened that the hole that Donna was in, with the main characters from the show, they never found that hole. That hole never got found. Other holes got found because we hear people screaming. We hear them screaming while Boyd's down there. And we see when they come up from there's people massacred out there. We see all that. But the hole that Donna is in, for some reason, that's the hole that doesn't get discovered. Now, listen, that could be a coinky dinky. Right? It's just lucky. Just lucky, I guess. It could be a situation like that. Might be. But we got to go on the facts. These are the facts that we know about Donna. She then establishes the Colony House, and somehow they established the town. Now, Donna didn't want to be a part of the town from the beginning, I guess. Came at odds with Boyd, and they came up with a system. You had to draw rocks, get a flower, or whatever it was, I forgot. It means you go to Colony House. You get to stay under Donna's rule. Or you get to go into town with Boyd and Father Cotry. Now, who came up with that system? We don't know. And why they came up with that system, we don't know. We have to start to think that there had to be some type of divide in the town. And Donna had to be the leader of the divide. That she was like, listen, we are just going to stay up here and fuck each other. This is before Fatima came with the weed. They didn't have that shit. And we're just going to stay up here in this one big ass house. Live for the day. Not worry about tomorrow. She got a bunch of people to go up there. Got a bunch of weapons. Shit ton of guns. All followed Donna up there to the Colony House. When you would think it would be safer in town. With the sheriff. With the preacher. But instead, people followed her up there. So what we know about Donna so far is that she supposedly got there with her sister. Strangely enough, had a picture of her sister in the car. Survived the night by herself all the way out. Every hole that she hid in, no one ever got discovered in. Not one time. Always made it out safe if you were in the hole with Donna, while other people were dying. Then established a colony house for people to go up there. A certain sect of people lured them in there with fornication, promises of the hippie lifestyle, all right, to make whoopee. That's what's going on up in there. We're gonna share and share alike, everything in Colony House. All right, that is what we have seen so far from Donna. That is the facts. Now, when we deal with what we've seen when it starts off the show, all right, when the Matthews family arrives, their first place that they have to go to is Colony House because that's the closest place and the safest place. They have protocols to barely get inside, but they do make their way inside. Their protocols get tied up for the night. This is the way it has to be. And it's for the reason that they say that people are going to freak out. And we see people freak out. You know, when I'm opening the door in the middle of the night, letting everyone in and get killed. Makes sense. Makes a lot of sense. When they come up with the idea to put the tower on top of the colony house, she don't want to do it. She's like, no, why? Why give these people false hope? Why? Why? That's what she says. Why am I going to give these people false hope? You ain't never getting out of here. Stay right here. We got marijuana. We got potato vodka. We got semi-decent looking women. We got semi-decent looking men. You all wear the same clothes every day. Don't know what they wipe their ass with there. I have no idea what they wipe their ass with. I don't know. I know those peaches have stretched for years, a long time. But I don't know if the same can be said for a piece of cottonelle. I don't know how many pieces of toilet paper they got up in that motherfucker. So apparently, it's all right. Now, maybe they got a stick with a rag. You know, like Roman times, they'd have a rag on the stick and they dunk it in the water and you go down there and you wipe your ass with it. Maybe that's what they're doing. The Roman ass wipe. You know? I don't know. But I'm saying the lifestyle seems to be very acceptable for everybody. But are they luring you in to a false sense of security? We got a super chat up in here. This is very nice of you. Thank you so much. This is from all my mods cons. I don't know what's going on, but you look amazing. Well, Jesus, maybe you lost weight or something. I have to say, you are looking. You don't know what's going on. Let me say, maybe you've been drinking, and if you are, keep it up. God damn it. Keep drinking. Maybe that's what's going on. I thank you so much for the compliment. It means the world to me. And I have lost a lot of weight. And I do go to the gym. I do work out. I work out at home mostly. And I do my best to try to stay in shape. So I really appreciate it. I don't know what's going on. Maybe I looked terrible before, but I appreciate it. The effort that I have put in that is appreciated by you. And thank you so much for the super chat. It really means the world to me. 100%. So when you lure it in, again, let's look at it like this, right? Say you were starting some type of cult situation. What do they usually lure you in with? Women, right? If it's a man or a woman, women. In fact, I was Jehovah's Witness my whole life, right? for a majority part of my life, I was Jehovah's. My whole family's Jehovah's Witnesses, half of them right now, right? So for a good part of my life, I was Jehovah's Witness. So I went door to door to people's houses. And you know what we do in that situation? Oh, thank you so much for the super chat, my man TNX. He says, yo, I'm dying, Tony. You got me rolling. This has to be the funniest start to the tree. Roman ass right. we'll leave that up there for a little bit. But thank you so much and everything. Thank you. I truly appreciate it. I 100%. So when we would go door to door, and we knew that it was a guy that was there, they would send the females. The female Jehovah's Witnesses, you send those people. You let them do the communication. You let them knock on the door. You let them say hi. Nice pretty ones too, they send. Let them get inside the house. Let them go a couple of times for a couple of Bible studies. And then you bring in the brothers. And if it was, and I'm telling Jehovah's Witnesses, they used to find divorcee women with children. They would send the men over there, dressed in nice suits, get in that house and talk to them, luring people in there, right? I'm not saying Jehovah's Witnesses are cold or anything. I'm just explaining to you how things are done. When you deal with cult, a lot of times, what do you get promised? You get promised sex a lot of times. Maybe some drugs, right? This is what it goes down. Do you have the truth? I do have the truth? If you're asking me, am I a Jehovah's Witness? Am I in practicing? Am I in the truth right now? I am not disfellowshipped or anything like that. I was never baptized to get this fellowship. So certain things they say I agree with, certain things I say I don't, but I would never agree with not voting. And you would have to give up your right to vote to be a Jehovah's Witness because the worldly act. And I just cannot give up my right to vote. People died for that, for me and everything else. All right. So you get people in there. It sounds like what they do at Colony House. Donna's there. She promises people sex. Lured Julie to get Julie up there. Stole jewelry from a family. Now look at it. From a family. Why would anybody in their right mind, let's look at it. You have a daughter the same age as Julie. And Julie's like, I'm going to live over here with these people, not in the house with you. Why would another adult say, yep, she's one of us. Bye. Those are the rules. That's it. We're taking her. And they just got there. Why wouldn't you naturally just say, you should spend time with your family? You just got here. See how it is here first. And then after, if you want to come up later on, then come on up. But she was very quick to grab Julie up and bring Julie up there. She wanted Julie up there. 100%. And she got her. All right? Promise you things. Promise you sex. Drugs, alcohol, freedom, share and share alike. And what's Donna doing up there? Now, if there was going to be a mole, and again, it was brought up by Randall in the show. Now, I had said that before Randall had said that, but we're going by the show stuff. Randall brings up, this is some type of experiment. Somebody's got to be watching this, right? If you're going to have an experiment, you need to have someone on the inside watching it. That's why when they do these A&E documentaries of, people undercover in prison, or they send an undercover officer in, right? You can't just monitor it from the outside. When you're trying to bust the mob or any gang, you got to send someone in deep cover to really find out what's going on. You can't just look from the outside going in. There needs to be an inside person. Now, if this is the thing that's going on there, and they need an inside person there, it would have to be someone who's been there for a very long time. From what we know, Victor's been there the longest. We seen Father Cotry. He's been there for a long time. He was there in the hole. Father Cotry got. We seen Dale. Dale was in the hole. Dale dead. The only one there who's been there that long is Donna. Same person. Came in there with her sister, had a picture of her from Hunting Trip. So it happened. Same person that every hole that she was in while she was there until Boyd found those talismans never got attacked. Even though we've heard other holes get attacked, some reason Donna's never got attacked. Donna always made it out. Some reason. All right? Now, Randall picked Donna. That's who he picked. Out of everybody in there to pick, he picked her. My man Dita, thank you so much. It's gifted 5 Teflon TV memberships to the Don's channel, to the Familia over here. And if you have just received the membership and I cannot see it, please give a shout out to your boy Dita right there for making it possible. And big up on those emojis. Put those up in there and everything else and all that. We got what is this right here? Randall Clement says, "Look what I stumbled upon by accident. Happy day. I love Donna, but she's shady as hell." Shady as hell. Adita gets a thank you right there from Nini, who is now a member of the Familia and everything else. We got a bunch of Adita go. We got a bunch of emojis being dropped out there, but from Dita and stuff. Mostly Insane is in the building. So let's keep going. We have Randall called. He could have called out anybody in the show, but he called out Donna. Now, why did he call Donna? Now, obviously, we know it's a television show, but the showrunners had him call out Donna. Of all people, they picked Donna to make Randall think this. Not only did Randall think this, kidnap Donna, tied her up to the tree, pulled out a pocket knife as big as my pinky, and said, "Do you want to dance?" It's probably the worst line, or the worst line in television history. It's just so overplayed. They could have came up with something better for the guy to say than that. "Well, do you want to dance?" This little tiny ass guy's got a gun, bro. What are you doing? But he ties her up to the tree, and he says specifically, "I'm gonna leave her out here and see if the monsters attack her." That's what he wanted to do. Good Boyd, your boy Boyd, can't have that. You had to bring her in the truck. When they were in the truck, no one attacked them while they were in the truck. Monsters just stopped on the hill, stared down, heard some knocking on the bottom of the truck. What happened after that? Randall says, "Fuck this," jumps out of the window, and it just so happens that every monster there went after Randall. No one stayed behind. Randall, the same guy who chained Donna to the tree, every monster that was standing on that ridge turned and ran after him. Why wouldn't they just walk towards the other people? Why didn't they split up? Why did every one of them go after Randall, the guy who just accused Donna, tied her to a tree? They all went right after her, right after him. No one else came down. There were other people, other victims there. I had to come down. I wanted to say, "Hey, you three go here. We'll take that, go down here." We see him doing it all the time, splitting up in the show. Never see all of them in one spot. Some over here, cutting up cows and shit. See other ones over here smiling outside with Cowboys hats on, knocking on windows and shit. See them all over the place. But how come at that particular time, every one of them went after Randall? And then when we look at Randall, and the monsters get a hold of him, and boy is there, she wags the keys in his face and says, we're going to keep Randall. Take the keys, boy. But we're gonna keep Randall. Why Randall? Out of all of them. Why are we gonna keep Randall? Same guy. You accused Donna being the mole is the one they decide to keep. Not even kill him. Could have killed him. What Boyd pulled off. He didn't know if Randall was going to make it. In fact, you would have to assume Randall was going to die. But instead, they gave him a scar bigger than Tony Montana. From his ear all the way down to his cheek, man. They give him this big scar right down there, okay? All the way down. They don't kill him. Why don't they kill him, man? Why don't they kill him, man? Why not kill Randall? They all ran after Randall. They cut his face. But no, don't kill him. Why don't they kill him? Why? Why is it the same person that accused Donna of being the mole that they didn't kill? But in the end, what they did do is they buck broke Randall. They buck broke him. They got him to not fuck with Donna ever again. And never fuck with Donna. Now he believes everything. He believes it all, right? He ain't gonna go after Donna anymore. Whatever Donna tells him to do, he gonna do, and he's gonna bow down to do it. Of what they put him through. That's where we're at with Donna right now. All right? That's where we're at. If anybody has any disagreement or agreement, you can put it in the comments, or you can call me up, 518-290-0848. Don is here for you. Don is here for you. Now, when we also talk about Donna, let's go through everybody in the show real quick. Sarah has a whole storyline from the time we met her. Kenny's got a storyline. Bata came in there. She got a storyline. Victor's got a storyline. Boyd's got a storyline. Acosta's got a storyline. Kenny's got a storyline. Who else am I missing? Victor's father comes in. He gets a storyline. Who else is there? Father Kadri had a storyline. Elgin had a storyline. Fatima has a storyline. Ellis has a storyline. Tell me what Donna's storyline is. I'll wait. What is it? Every character who came in this show has gotten their own storyline. But this character of Donna has not gotten one. She has no storyline. No tie to nothing. When they heard the voice on the radio, did Donna tell anybody about it? She ain't tell nobody. When they killed the Smile Monster, who just happened to walk by and be there at that time? Oh, Donna just happened to show up. And what did she say do, Donna, when they showed up? You better burn that body. You better burn it. Not let's study it. Bury it somewhere. You better burn that body. And what happened when they burnt that body? He was able to get a new body. He was able to get reincarnated. Do we know if he would have been reincarnated if he was buried? We have no idea. Would he have still been able to be reincarnated if that body was still there on display? We have no idea. But we do know once the body was burnt, Fatima got pregnant and he got a new body. And we look at inside of his body, we can see that it was AIDS. It was petrified on the inside. Petrified, meaning that had to be his original body from when he first got transformed. All the organs petrified inside. Donnas thing, let's get this, burn this motherfucker. That's evidence. Let's burn it. Let's get this shit out of here. And let's not tell anybody. Hey, let's not tell anyone we killed one of these motherfuckers who've been killing us this whole time. Let's not say anything. We're going to keep this to ourselves. It's like we're going to keep that voice that I heard on the radio of the man in yellow. We're going to keep that to ourselves too. We ain't going to tell nobody about that. Because we don't want to give them false hope. You don't want people to think that they may have the possibility to go home. No, none of that. And then she gives you the lines in the show. She gives it to you. It's better to be in here. We should just stay here. At least here, we can see the monsters that are coming for us. Unlike the outside world. It's better. In fact, she says that is meaningful. Because it's a lie. Because she is the monster that you can't see. And that is why they had her deliver that line. Because Donna is dirty. I'm telling you, when it's all said and done, and this is it, I promise you I will bring Liz Saunders on this channel because we love her, Phil and I both. And she knows that the Don's already suspicious of her. I've done told her in her face. I'm suspicious of her. Told her this. She's going to come on here and she's going to smile in front of all you. And she's going to say, y'all should have listened to Tony Teflon. He had it pegged from the beginning. Y'all should have listened to the Don. And I'm not telling you to. Don't. Believe what you want. I'm just laying out exactly what we have seen in the show. I'm not making anything else or anything else like that. I'm just telling you exactly what we have seen step by step of Donna in this show. Did she get him in that car and drive him, all these people from Colony House, and bring them down to the... Yeah, sure she did. She sure did. Drive a stick right down there. She did. Was she sad when Dale died and she made that little shrine by him? Yes, sure did. Did she punch him in the face when he was getting out of line? Sure did. Did she take the axe, cut the floors? 100%. 100% she did. And that's what it is. All right, before I go on, and I got a lot more to goddamn say. God damn it. Again, you can call me at 518-290-0848. Let's take a look at the chat real quick and see what y'all have been saying since I've been going through this whole situation. Sonic, your boy. Good point, C. Thank you very much. Dita. Julie B. Deep Dives. 3 a.m. That must be the time stream ended. A stream ended. One second. Let's keep going. It's got a little sticky here. Juice. Donna is shifty. Randall. Sharon says Randall is the biggest threat. I don't know how or why you would think Randall is the biggest threat. Please explain. We got one here. It says Don's got our backs excellent so far. Thank you. I appreciate it. Julie B. Dita talking to Julie. Oh, sorry. Hope you get more sleep later. I think everything's okay here. I think you finally call a live stream. I'll sleep later. Well, thank you for finally, Kat. I don't want you to hurt yourself in there and all stuff. Stay, but I know you got to be there with her and her stuff. Oh yeah, a great Pacino. This show has got me hooked. So it says that is good. Julie B says, I don't think From needs them all. What's happening is supernatural, in my opinion. That's a great point. It may not need it, but doesn't mean that's not what it is. Again, the show is billed as science fiction horror. I know everything that we have seen has seen supernatural. Everything. But the show itself is billed as scientific horror. And I understand that people are going to say things, because people gotta rewatch that. People always say things like, oh, when the facts come out, oh, that's not the way it's supposed to be billed. We can go through every other show. And every other show will have what the show is about. And Will Spear gifted 10 memberships. Thank you so much, Will Spear. That is very generous of you, making it rain up in here. If anybody has gotten a membership from the great Will Spear, please give that man a shout out. Please use those emojis. Put the Phil the Issues guy emoji in the chat to let Phil know he needs to bring his ass up on here. Put it in the chat. Phil Issue, make him feel bad. I know he's watching. Make him feel bad. But when you look at it, every other show, I can pull them all up. Any one of them. Look at Lord of the Rings, that's fantasy. If you look at this one, crime drama. If you look at this one, every one of them else is right. But everyone want to believe that the one about From is wrong. But every other show in the history of television, if they got up there, is right. But this one is not billed as supernatural horror. This one is billed specifically as science fiction horror. In every trait, in every place, it is billed as science fiction horror. Magic is science that hasn't been proven or made a theory about. Now, in making a theory in science is not making a theory in someone else. When science makes a theory, that means it's a fact. So when you hear this is a scientific theory, that means it's a fact. That means it's been tested and the results have proven that this is a fact. It's a whole different situation. All right? It's billed as scientific horror. And I know we have not seen any scientific stuff to make you want to believe that it's scientific. But I am going to go by what it's billed as. It was the same thing when they put Victor as the boy in white. That was a mistake. Every other time, stuff was right. Everybody else's name was right. But that one name just happens to be wrong. And it ain't no different. And when it doesn't fit people's agenda, all of a sudden these things become wrong. But I just take it for what they put down. Not what I want. What they put down. That's all I'm saying. So, where's the scientific? Is it the fact that these people, the man in yellow, and them are from different dimensions, making them aliens? That would make it scientific. If you look at the movie The Thing, You say that scientist, that movie, that was an alien that was chasing him down there. That's a sci-fi horror. Doesn't seem like any sci-fi in there. Right? You don't see a lot of science in there. They didn't do a lot of gadgetry stuff when the thing was chasing them around and doing all that, and it was jumping from body to body. But it is. Right? When you look at Invasion of the Body Snatchers, they really seem scientific. You didn't see Star Wars shit jumping off. You're dealing with aliens. Dealing with things that are outside this realm. And that's what I believe is going on here. And in the end, it's going to be proven that this has something to do with science. Why would you bring Jade? Jade, right? A man of science. That's true. I can explain it both ways. I'm sorry. I'll give you both definitions for it. You bring Jade, who was supposed to be a female. Again, let's look at what they wanted. Jade was supposed to be an Asian female. The character was supposed to be that when it was first written. An Asian female. That means, did they have the reincarnation stuff? Couldn't have had that unless they were going to say that when you get reincarnated, you can get reincarnated into a woman, and that's what happened here with Miranda and them. And her man that got reincarnated to a woman at this time, an Asian woman. But they like David Alpay, so did I. So do I, and he plays the role. I couldn't see anyone else playing the role. So I'm glad they switched it up. But that was what they were going for. Right? That's what it was supposed to be. But the specific thing they wanted was they wanted the person to be a tech billionaire type. Someone who's smarter than the rest of the room. Why did they bring him in there to do that? If it ain't going to have nothing to do with science in the end. Why do you bring a tech person in there? Now, there's a show called Evil. And I'll give you the counter argument. Since there's no one here to play devil's advocate with me, I have to do it for myself. There's a show called Evil. One of my favorite shows. My daughter loves the show Evil. That's one of the first shows that we were able to, that she would call me up and we would talk about that show when it was done. And in that show, they investigate supernatural situations, all right, from the church and stuff. And they have a psychiatrist go there to see if the people who are reporting it are mentally challenged, right? They also have a priest go along with them so he could see if it is some type of demon situation, he would be able to identify it. But they have a man of science going there. And why do they have the man of science going there? To see if anything that they're seeing can be disproven by science. This is the role that Jade is there to prove. To prove this can be discredited by some type of science. In the end. You see him working through puzzles and everything else, and wormholes and right off the bat. You know what I mean? Well, thank you, Julie B. Go have a great walk. Right off the bat, when we hear Dale talk, what does Dale? I'm gonna ask y'all in the chat because y'all are very smart in the chat. What does Dale say in the colony house of where he thinks that they are in? I'll give you a chance to answer that. He's on the steps and he goes, the people would listen to me. I tell them exactly what's going on. Another dimension. Yes, it is sort of another dimension. You are correct. Nonfiction. He uses a different terms for it, you know, but in essence, he does. Randall Clement, pocket universe. Yes, pocket universe. Yes, pocket dimension is the exact term that he uses. Nonfiction said. Pocket dimension. Pocket dimensions, scientific. Sci-fi. Donna's pockets. Donna's got some deep pockets. She's got some deep pockets. Ain't no doubt about it. We can't deny the deepness of Donna's pockets. Anything else, right? Yes, Dale said this. He said this in season 1. Dale says it. Season 1, when he's on the steps in Colony House, he says it right there, baby Clay YT. You go back, you'll listen, you'll see what they say it. If people listen to me, I can teach them about this place. But people don't listen to them. And that is what it is. So again, this thing is billed as scientific. Sci-fi. Build the sci-fi. You haven't seen the sci-fi yet. We've seen the horror. Does seem like fantasy. Again, Inception. Sci-fi movie where they were able to go inside of people's dreams and transform them while they were in the dreams. Not saying that these people are in a dream, are sleeping, but they were able to go into that realm. Nightmare on Elm Street. Freddy Krueger. Able to go into the dream realm and perform actions while in the dream realm. Inside the dream realm, you can be what you want to be. You can do different things. Different realm, that makes it sci-fi. Though it's high horror, it makes it sci-fi. Let me grab another drink. I'll be right back. Take me 1 second. Why I do that? I'm back. Told you it didn't take long. Before we continue, we're talking everything. We'll keep going. On again, no one's gonna call, but if you want to, 518-290-0848. People are very shy, so you need KP around because he's the only one who's not. He's not. Jen, Tony, is that good night? You're going to bed, Isaiah. Well, good night, sir. Thank you for joining me for as long as you have. Really appreciate it. All right, we're gonna keep the hype train rolling. Before we go back into it, we talk a little bit. People have. I really do appreciate all the comments from the beautiful men in the chat who have said kind things about me, even though if it's a lie or not, I'll take it anyway. And I ain't hard to please here and stuff. But it is crazy, I will keep going, and maybe finally, after 5 years, could we find a girlfriend after 5 years? 5 years, 5 years single. Hopefully, we could find something and everything else. Hopefully, we can. That's where we're going. And we got Real Cinema Therapy is in the building, rocking with us right now, and she does have her own channel, so make sure you check out her channel, Real Cinema Therapy. She's doing her thing over there. So go give her a check out. A Wary Cry. Yeah, it's about to get serious. It is. I'm not getting serious. No, I'm done with that. I'm just that's it. I'm done with that. All right, we're going right back to this. It's not after dark situation going on here. I'm not talking about that. All right, let's look at season 4 since we with everyone. Bill Chill, what's going on? Since we have caught up and everything else, right? We have caught up there. Season 4 what do we know from season 3? We know that Donna knew about the torture of Elgin. Boyd said it was on him if it went south. Donna went through it. She knew about Fatima. She wanted to go over there and wanted to save Fatima. Because why? Because if she told the truth about Fatima killing people, all the people would lose hope. Right? Even though, she had to keep that a secret. Also, we also know that when Fatima got pregnant, even though Donna knew she couldn't get pregnant, she convinced her that it was a miracle. She convinced her that this is the greatest thing in the world. Oh my God, this place, such miracles happen. After all the things you've seen here, you can't believe this. That's what she said to her. And if I was Fatima, I said, you goddamn right. Because everything I seen here ain't shit happened good. What the fuck happened good here? And all of a sudden, I'm pregnant. The hell is this? But she promoted that baby. Wanted that baby to stay healthy. She wanted that baby to get nourished. She didn't want her to get rid of that baby. She kept her to keep her head up. Why did she do that? Was she just being good old Donna? Is that what's going on? What Glenn is that what's going on? What is Glenn Carty says? My birthday was yesterday, but can I get a shout out? Listen, Glenn Carter, your birthday was yesterday. Let me say this directly to you, my brother. Happy birthday. May you live as long as you want and never want as long as you live. And you know I got you. I got you. Right? So, and everybody give Glenn that birthday shout out in the chat. Give him that birthday shout out. Once again, his situation with Donna looks like she's doing the right thing. She looks like she's doing so good here. Oh, yeah, Fatima. Jesus. You can't get pregnant, but you did. This is a blessing. This whole thing is perfect. It's got to be the gods that are sending this to you. Or did Donna know? It's like she knew to burn Smiley because she knew that Fatima might become pregnant, and she knew that baby was Smiley. It go both ways. But I'm going on the side that Donna is dirty. All right. I don't believe that Donna is doing everything out the kindness of her heart. I believe that Donna is dirty. Now, let's continue. And look at this. Dita, thank you so much. She's gifted 5 more memberships to the channel. Thank you so much. Anyone got that membership, give Dita the shout out. Use those emojis. Put it up in there and everything. Look at this. We're going to keep it going. But hey, GS Green says, my guy Tony is butter on bread, man. He's on the roll. We on the roll, baby. We on the roll. And everything else. Let's give Donna, stay in the field. She's always digging and supplying tools. So let's go through it when we deal with it and everything else, right? When you deal with it. Food supply going down. Donna didn't come up with the solution. Who came up with the solution for that? Of how to fix the crop situation. Who came up with that? In the chat, y'all know. I know who in the chat. Who came up with the solution of how to fix these crops and get them growing again? Who came up with a plan for it? Come on, y'all know. I know you know. It's not tough trivia. You are correct. Tian Chen, Kenny's mom. That's right. She told Donna about it, right? Donna was right there. And we said, we're going to put these in separate pots in different soil. We're going to see what's going on. Tian Chen got killed. Came up with the idea how to save everybody. Chen gets aced out. I know it looks like it looks like, oh, it was just a reaction. It could have been anyone. It just so happens that it wasn't, though. It so happens when she gave a plan to get food for everybody, Tian Chen was gone. Taken out. They could have took out other people. They didn't. Did Donna go over there to that settlement and pick up vegetables for everybody? I didn't see her go. What? We got a call coming in. Let's take this 1 second. Let me answer it.
From
nonfiction.
to accept, press 1.
What's going on? You're rocking with the Don Tony Teflon. What you calling from a Utica phone number? Are you out in Utica somewhere?
You do this every time I call. No, I'm in Syracuse.
All right. Well, I'm used to the area. Seeing 315 pop up my personal phone number, so that's it. That's what I've been.
But you're the only one I know who relates it to Utica. It's so random.
Well, usually I mostly relate to Herkimer, New York. That's where I know most of the people from. But Utica's the biggest city.
That's even more of a cow town.
Sure,
oh yeah.
Sure.
But you're getting further into the sticks. Like what? I can't really talk because Syracuse is so small. But okay. I almost wish Tian was here tonight because you're not on Reddit, but. All those crazy theories he had before, they're out the window, but he's got new long ones.
Does he?
That he puts on the Reddit. Oh my God, yeah. They're way out there, further than the last ones.
Oh, well, I'll
I want to tell him, like, bro, we're looking for clues too, but you're like way, way, way deep into it. But I respect it. Okay, so I have a question. It's not really about Donna, but I completely subscribe to Victor being the boy in white. And I still believe that Victor has the power to bring them back, and he's going to in the end. Because that lines up still with the Twilight Zone part of it, element that they took. But anyways, how do you think that Victor and the boy in white are related? Like, the boy in white looks like he wasn't sacrificed like the other children, like he somehow was spared. Because he's not wet and he doesn't look crazy like them. So, would he have lived to a long age, or they murdered him somehow? Like, is that Victor's reincarnated? Like, is that his goat? Like, I don't know. This part confuses me. So what do you think?
So it's
how are they?
All right. So it's two things here, right? So when we look at the boy in white, what have we seen? We've seen that he physically touched Tabitha, pushed her out the window. Right. We've seen that his hair physically got wet when he was able, when it was raining outside, that his hair was wet. He was standing out there. All right. But then we also seen him inside of the real world. And when he was in the real world, he wasn't really there. He was in Tabitha's head. She was the only one that could see him. No one else was able to see him. Right.
Right. I don't think he was really there. I think that was just her chirping. But go ahead. Sorry.
So we know that while he's in from situation, while he's in there, his body is physical. And it seems that he has the power of the faraway tree inside of his body, because he could just disappear and show up wherever he wants to go.
Right.
He was the one who prevented Tabitha from only thing she could do from the top of that faraway tree was put that torch out. And nothing else she could do. Only thing we seen up on, top of the tower was put the torch out. There was nothing else she could have done but put the torch out. So if he was
Right.
preventing her from doing anything, he was preventing her from putting that torch out. Now, why that torch is special? We seen Boyd with a torch, and when he used the torch, Boyd, and he lit it, he was able to go inside of the dream realm that we seen Randall and all of them inside, and that's where he killed the box there. All right. So
Right.
that torch in that tower could be the same type of thing. It could be the thing that's actually keeping them all inside of this place, and that's why that torch cannot go out. So I would say that how he's related to Victor would be he could be the subconscious of Victor's youth
Yeah,
in there,
that makes sense.
transform into a physical manifestation of the boy in white,
Right.
like we have seen before, right? And
Mhm.
we've heard Sarah say that when her brother was afraid of cicadas, we got the cicadas into place. Victor could have wanted a friend and manifested this thing, or it came from one of his drawings and he didn't know it, into this world. And that's why it is a piece of Victor. Or
Okay,
it
but
could have been the
all right.
experiment who got away, and they're trying to track the boy in white because that part of Victor is keeping everybody stuck here until he dies.
Wait. So you subscribe to the boy in white is evil, right?
Yeah.
So wouldn't that make Victor evil?
Yes. The boy in white is
Do
definitely.
you think Victor's evil?
I think Victor, not evil, but unwillingly, I think the boy in white is his evil self. I think it's one person. So you have the Victor, the mindless, nice kid, and the boy in white, the evil version of Victor, who has experienced this trauma in this place and has
Right.
manifested this evil in the boy in white.
Okay.
I mean,
I have to think on that.
when you look at all the stuff that he has done, the boy in white, what has he done that is so good? Told Victor don't chop down that tree, that faraway tree. Why? What's that gonna do? I mean, most likely it's gonna be Donna or Kenny to chop down the tree, because that's the one we see swinging the axes all the time, was Kenny and Donna. So most likely it's gonna be Donna or Kenny who actually chops down a tree when it's all said and done. But why not chop down that tree? Why? Don't do it. Don't. Tell me what to do. I'm telling you, don't chop down the tree. You're not giving anything. You could easily explain.
No.
And then he said, "Oh, I told this dude Christopher, but he didn't believe me, and that's why he went crazy." That's not really a thing. And he didn't even see the boy in white. He thought it was a doll until he had to remember all of a sudden that it was the boy in white. Who could put that in Victor's head? Did the boy in white
Right.
put that in Victor's head to make sure he didn't know? Did he put that block in his head to make him think it was?
No,
Until he was able to break free of it?
I don't believe that. I think that Victor's extremely unreliable narrator when it comes to that night. It's like the Christopher going crazy part doesn't add up. You were out there with the monsters and people like, what? But maybe Donna told him that, because if she is the mole, she's been there with him the longest.
Mm-hmm. She sure has.
And she's had him up under her thumb in the colony house, giving him peaches. So
he's the best test subject of this all, is Victor. I mean, if you want to go through, if they're running some type of testing, Victor is the one they're experimenting on. And it's Victor's are the actions that are the ones that the results are what they're trying to get results on. Not everybody else. It's Victor.
That would really suck. So you think that if they put the torch out in the lighthouse, they can all go?
I think that it's a good possibility that torch is more than meets the eye. That the only threat she was to that place was putting out that torch. And we seen what that torch did for Boyd, a smaller one. So, and
it created a wormhole.
Yeah, and this one is what shines through the whole place. So there's got to be a reason that lighthouse is there and no one can get to it And before Boyd was able to reach it, all of a sudden the boy in white made it rain like crazy, and then came up with the excuse, Sarah, you're right. The place is mad. Go inside the faraway tree. You'll be safe. And she was safe. Yeah. He put her right back in town where everyone wanted to kill her. And he stuck Boyd inside the trap where Martin was. But everybody be safe. And how can everybody safe, right? But that's the two places that they ended up when he told them to go in there.
Well, okay, I can agree there because I believe there is some sort of wormhole, a bigger one, going not just to move from Frumville to get out of it, going on at the lighthouse, because I think he pushed her out on purpose to go get Victor's father. Because right now, Victor, I think Victor has the power to bring everyone home. He just doesn't know it. But he has no reason to want to either, because like you said, this is his home. But then his father comes, and now it's like, whoa, you could have this other life outside of here.
Yeah.
So I felt like he pushed her out for that reason. She found Victor's father, and then bam, they're both back.
That's right. They wanted the boy in white, wanted his father in there. He wanted his dad back in town. And that is the reason why Tabitha was sent out there. He sent the boy in white, sent Tabitha out there to bring his father back to him, to have his father in there with him. There's no doubt about it. That's what happened. And that's why they're in there. That's why they're all in there. Nothing else makes sense. In fact, we see the boy in white lead her to it. Lead her to the place where it goes.
Yeah, he kind of did.
You know, he walks over there. She follows him into the room and everything else. And everything happens right after that. He is the one who wanted that to happen. He said there's no other way. Why is there no other way? Because he can't go into that realm for some reason. That spirit of the boy in white can't go there. There's no other way. I can't go and do this. I go get him myself, but I can't do it. The only way is for me to let you go in there and convince him to come back, and now I can have my father back in here.
That makes sense. I thought when he said there's no other way, he meant like the pushing her out the window part. Like, sorry, you got to go through the wormhole.
Yeah,
if you're getting pushed out the window, you take that as an act of aggression.
Yeah, it wasn't that. He didn't smile when he did it. He would look mean as hell.
It was, but he knew she wasn't about to die on the rocks below. He knew she was going somewhere else.
Yeah, but he didn't have to have he didn't have to have a mean face when he did it. He's been smiling the whole time before that. Every other time you see him, he's smiling and shit.
Malachi.
Yeah, he's smiling and everything. Everyone's all happy, but all of a sudden he pushes Tabitha out the window. You got push it out there.
Wait, and I'm trying to think. The only other person who's seen the boy in white is Sarah, right?
Sarah's seen the boy in white. Victor's seen the boy in white, and Elgin.
Right, and Ethan.
And Elgin.
Oh, Elgin did too.
Elgin.
Well, Sarah made sense if she's a reincarnate, because we think she might be Victor's sister.
Yeah.
Reincarnated.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I forgot about Elgin.
Yeah, Elgin seen him he said he's seen him that in his dream, but that's what. But the funny thing he says about it is that's what made him throw up. Was the boy in white? Like he throws up
on the bus, right?
On the bus, and they say, "Why'd he throw up?" And it was the boy in white. He said that's what he's seen, and that's what made him throw up when he seen the town. But what did the boy in white do to make him throw up? I'm sure it wasn't his crispy clean clothes. It had to be something else. He had to see the boy in white had to do something to make him throw up. What did the boy in white do?
Oh, that's weird. All right, I just wanted to ask about the boy in white Victor connection. Phil said he was having out of town guests when he had his Netflix show Sunday night.
Oh, I mean that's probably what's going on.
He said he wouldn't be on for some days. Yeah, he said that's why he was doing this stream on Sunday.
He's got a little colony house thing going on there in Boston right now.
He's running a colony house with dire wolves.
Yeah, he got a little colony house and stuff like that. You know, it's got the hair flowing and stuff. You know, and everything else. It's got, you know, it's getting popping over there.
It checks. All right. Well, I'll just go back to listening now and let somebody else call in. Thank
Well,
you.
thank
Next time
you.
I call, let's remember I'm from Syracuse.
I swear to you, next time the first thing that's gonna come to my mind is Syracuse.
Okay. Oh, and yeah, get in touch with Tian. I'm telling you, he's got some new and improved.
I'm gonna.
theories.
He hit me up before and he told me about some Bigfoot stuff, and I didn't go into it with him. But I'm gonna get him on. I'll see if he wants to come on and stuff. See if we can work out a time and stuff.
Okay. All right, I'm going back listening. Thank you for letting me call in.
Thank you for calling.
Bye.
I truly appreciate it. Bye.
Anytime.
You see, people, it's not hard to call in. It's not hard. I'm not a mean person. I'm not gonna bite your head off. I didn't do anything like that. Right? Yes. Yeah. You know what I mean. So yeah, when we look at it, the boy in white was seen by Tabitha. The boy in white was seen by Victor. The boy in white was seen by Ethan. The boy in white was seen by Sarah. And the boy in white was seen by Elgin. Those are the people that seen the boy in white. And every one the boy in white has seen seems like some tragedy has been bestowed upon them. Except for really Victor. But we go through everybody else. Elgin seen the boy in white. He had his eye chopped out. Sarah seen the boy in white. She killed a man and poked out Elgin's eye. Tabitha seen the boy in white. She got pushed out the window. Ethan seen the boy in white. After his whole shit got fucked up and his leg was all messed up. And he was walking around with a cane. Seems like everyone who's seen the boy in white, something bad happens to him. Doesn't seem like anything good. Boy in white hasn't come and somebody had a good time. He always comes, something bad happens. All right, Randall, we'll take your question here. It says, do you think the boy Tabitha saw in the town when she got out, who was a different boy that she hallucinated, or maybe why they used to be a different boy? I think that it was she seen the boy in white. The boy in white cannot manifest himself into the real world. So he had to use Tabitha to get out there to bring back his father, which is Victor's father, and bring them back in. He can't do it himself. He's stuck in there. Just like I believe that the man in yellow was stuck in a realm that he couldn't get out of until Jade played the song, and that's what released him into the world. That's what I believe. So I do believe she's seen him, but I think it was in her mind's eye when she's seen him, and he was projecting himself walking through her eyes, and that's what she's seen, like an illusion type situation. Because that kid she's seen ain't look nothing like him when she got up on him and shit. That didn't look nothing like him. No, you never expect that. Those clothes are different. This kid is dressed for Wimbledon. And again, every time we've seen every monster, what can we say? What can we say about the monsters? What do we know about them that we could actually say? We know that the monsters' clothes look like they have fucking tie and bleach all up in them. It's a 667.
Glenn.
To accept, press 1. To send a voice.
What's going on? You're rocking with the Don Tony Teflon.
What's going on, Tone?
What's going on, man?
Appreciate the birthday shout out, man.
Anytime, brother. Anytime.
I'm a long-time subscriber, first-time caller.
I appreciate.
I just want to get your idea on this. We see Jade and Tabitha being reincarnated, and what am I? Sorry.
Sure.
Nobody's thinking about Boyd, like what Boyd's role could be if he. What do you think about him being like the cause of everything and from? Like in the past, maybe he was the one who convinced everybody to sacrifice the kids, and now he's kind of like being punished. I mean, there's all these things, like the thing he brought up with the girl that had the pole in her head, like and the story he told about the guy called Smuckers.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I know he's the main character, but I would think maybe that's too obvious. But what do you think about Boyd, a past version of him being the evil one?
Got you. So it's not Boyd, a past version of Boyd. He was brought there because his wife was there. He was in the car with his wife. His wife is the one who had a dream of that place before she got there. That's what she said when she got there. So anyone in the car with the person that they really want to bring there, this gets stuck in there. So it was his wife. She said she's seen this place before. She said that she dreamed of this place when she was a child, just like Tabitha had done. So if that's the case, that means his wife would have had to been reincarnated somebody in there. Because the only other person that we have seen that had dreamed of that place when they have not been in that place has been someone that has been reincarnated. Then the fact that Boyd's wife has said those exact words, we have to assume from that she is also reincarnated and she was supposed to be in there from someone. So Boyd got sucked in because she was in there. That's why he's there. But the question is, who was Boyd's wife before? Who was it? And it was Boyd that took her out and killed her and stuff. So, but she was brought back in there for some reason. And who was she before she got taken back in there?
I like it. And I also agree with you. Donna's definitely 100% the mole. You heard it from Don Tony first.
Listen, man.
First one to say that.
All I can do is put the facts.
100% agree.
All I can do is put the facts out there the way I see it. You know what I'm saying? And
I'm not with you on this, Victor. There's a boy in white.
Uh-huh.
I'm always in the chat, disagree with you on that, but I still love you. I'm not with it. But the boy in white is evil. I'm not, he's not sharing his bleach. He's not sharing his Tide Pods.
Nope.
There's something wrong with him.
Everybody else is dirty as hell. We got to see the dirty version of the boy in white, right? When we see those creatures and those monsters, we see their clothes as sharp as hell, but we've seen the dirty version. What's the dirty version of the boy in white? That's what we need to see.
All right, Tony, I love you, man.
I love you too, man. Thank you for calling. I really, truly appreciate it.
All right, bro.
All right, peace out. And thank you, Randall Clement, for the super chat. I truly appreciate it. Very generous of you to do it. You know, the super chat is the only thing I get paid on when I do these videos. I don't get no paid on the view count of the videos. I don't get enough view count on live streams to make any money. So anything I get paid is going to be from y'all and stuff. So I truly appreciate it. Lights, camera, action. Let's bring up your comment. She says, I did a video on my old channel about Donna is a mold. I need to grab my notes because it's been a minute. Well, I hear you. That's good. We have a new channel now, I assume, and stuff. And I am glad that you believe what Don believes and stuff. You know, that Donna is the mold. And she is the mold. And I'm telling y'all, people, I've been saying this from the beginning. And I'm not going to stop saying it. I said it to Liz Saunders when she had came on the channel. She came on the channel. My channel was the first channel she came on YouTube. I told her in her face that she's dirty. And I know you're dirty. That Don knows. And she laughed about it. Because she don't know. And that's just what it is. But yeah, so Lights, Camera, Action must be the new channel. Everybody go check out Lights, Camera, Action's new channel. Hopefully she takes all of her stuff and moves it over to that channel. Move that content over. Christine Jellybean says only people who see the boy in white are Sarah, Ethan, Tabitha, and Victor. Ethan and also Elgin seeing the boy in white. If we're saying physically in person, you have to say Christopher seeing the boy in white also too. We know that from what Victor's saying. Christopher seen the boy in white also. But if you're saying in person, then yes, that's what we would say. We have that's who's seen it in person, but we also have to say that Elgin seen the boy in white in his dream and it made him throw up. Why would the boy in white make you throw? Just me. Thank you so much. That is very generous of you. Thank you for the content. No, thank you for your generous donation. I truly appreciate it. And Lem too, man. Says great show. Thank you, man. I do my best. I come out here. I do my best to be entertaining for all you people out there. And not just be entertaining, because I'm not going to blow smoke up the asshole. I'm not here to do that. I'm here to just to point out things that I have seen that maybe you have missed. And that's what I'm saying. Rose Jones, do you and Phil get your casting? No, listen. We have not. Y'all need to go to Pinkman Instagram and say that the Don Tony Teflon Phil the Issues guy, they need to put us in that motherfucking show in Colony House, man. You need to do it. All right. These let's come up there and just chill a little bit. I'll do whatever they want. I don't care what they want, and you just can't diddy me. All right? That's out of line. I'm like Chuck Zito and Oz, which was written into his contract. Chuck Zito had it written in his contract. And I know this because I met Chuck Zito many a times and I hung out with him many a time. And he had it in his contract. And he said there will be no raping of the Chuckster in this fucking show. That's why you never see that. Because Chuck Zito wasn't having that shit. Roland, I don't care about acting that much. I'm not trying to be that great of an actor here. That shit ain't happening. That's what man Chuck said straight up. That's what he said. So I'm on that shit. Can't diddy me. But anything besides that, the Don is willing to go up there. You can murder me in the worst way you want. Fine with it. Even if you just put in there, like they could easily just go, they could just have Acosta chilling. And she could be in the kitchen with Donna. And she could say, I want to cook something. And she could pick up a Teflon pan. And then Donna could say, don't use that pan. It's got issues. And that's all we need. Everyone know they're talking about us. They can do it that simple. They can come right out and say it. And just do that. We'll take it. We'll take it, goddammit. Now she licked the pan, that'd be even better. But we'll take it. We will take it, goddammit. What you gotta do? Give us a shout out like T. It ain't gotta be all the way up. It's gonna be right there. You know what I mean? We ain't asking to be starved, but it can be right there and everything else. Oh my God. Let's say, oh, thank you. I need to get back into it. A podcast partner passed away, and I found out right before last season began. So I just watched on this podcast the channel is at Decoded TV Network. Let's please put, if someone cares to mind, put channel at the Decoded TV Network. Put the link to the channel in there for everybody in there. Sorry about the loss of your podcast partner. And I would tell you this, lights, camera, action. The Don Tony Teflon, and I speak for Phil the Issues guy, because I'm the Don. He's my underboss. Anytime you want to do something, you want to come on this show and chop it up with us, you are 100% welcome. Even just get you back in the swing of things or anything, you are 100% welcome. Come on here and rock me. You can find me on Teflon TV. You can find me on my Facebook page of my real name, and you can contact me and we'll work it out and get you back in the swing of things. I'm so sorry that happened and stuff, but anytime, and that's just not cap. That's straight up. No. Phil's my underboss. He's not my capo. He's my underboss. If something happened to Don, Phil takes over. All right. And I swear to you, I promise you, anytime you just want to jump on and talk, you're very much welcome to come on here. We could work something out anytime you want. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry that happened. Everything else. And everything. All right, let's keep Ed Martin. You already know Ed Martin, motherfucker. You already know. You already know. And you know what I mean. You already know. And stuff like that. You know what I mean. That's I expect you lights camera action. If you don't take me up on it, I'm gonna be upset. All right. And everything else. Elamar is the consigliere, is what Elamar is. She's the consigliere. Phil is the underboss. The Don is the Don. And this is the familia. And this is what we're doing. And we're going to grab another drink. And we're going to go on for a little bit longer while we have the drink in hand. And we start a little bit later. And we're going to talk more about Donna and what's going to happen this season, because I haven't gotten into that yet. And I promise you I will. All right, I'm back, people. I'm back. I tell you, it don't take me long. Y'all drinking Jamaican rum. All right. So here. All right. I just subscribed and we'll check it out after the podcast. Look, thank you so much for subscribing to the Lights Camera Actions channel and helping them out. We are the familiar in this motherfucker, and we run this shit. All right, let's go. Donna inside of this season. So what we know so far is that she's seen the torture about to happen to Elgin. Boyd said it was all on him. We've seen Acosta right here. So let me move over this way. This we're talking about it right here. And we got Acosta right here, right? We got Acosta right there. We got her. We know she's dropping dime. We know she is telling straight up. She is going to drop dime. And when she does drop dime on this whole situation, then Donna will get what she always wanted. And that is Boyd out of the way. That is Boyd not being a part of town at all. That is someone she can actually control. Again, we've seen Donna take control of people. We've seen her control Kenny. And now she's going to control this sexy ass woman right here with this beautiful ponytail. She's going to control this woman. It's going to be her officer. Boyd's going to get banished out of town, along with Ellis, and maybe Fatima stays behind because Ellis convinces her. Ellis is going to die this season. I promise you that. I promise you that. I promise you. I bet anyone in the chat right now. Ellis dies this season. He's out of here. He's out of here. Ellis is gone. He's not surviving this season. There's no way around that. He's got to go. Ellis is out. So I can easily see them try to convince her to stay behind this so they could be either like it's too dangerous out here. It's too dangerous. Again, we know what's going on here. they're trying to break Boyd. Boyd's got to get broken. Ellis has got to die. Ellis has got to go. If you want to break him, you got to get rid of him. And that's just the way it's got. It ain't no way around it. You got to go. Now I will say this too, because I disclose all. We all know that Ellis has a new show. And I don't know how big his role is in the show, but he does have a new show coming up on Amazon that I've seen clips of, and I've seen him in the clips. I don't know how huge his role is in this show, but he's definitely got a semi big part in the show about some college kids. It seems like, I don't know, from what I've seen, it just seems like it's from the perspective of a group of young men who have gotten together to understand college life, and it seems like, you know, that these men this so happened that they happen to be gay, and their dating relationships on campus. And Ellis is with them. I don't know if he's one of them or whatever, but he's hanging out with them, and they're having a great time. It seems like drinking and partying and hooking up and everything else while they're in college. But that's what it seems like from the clips that I've seen and everything else. And I'm going to give the show a watch, of course. You know what I mean? I'm gonna give it a watch and see how it is and all that. And I hope it does good for him. But it's an Amazon show. It has some pretty big names in it from what I've seen. And I know he's a part of that show. I know he recently moved to New York for better acting roles and better positions in New York. I know that he definitely, I think it was like last year, he moved to New York for that reason, to get acting roles and everything else. So I think Ellis is probably going to get taken out. I usually don't see people in two shows work simultaneously. It has happened. Again, it does. It's like that. And The Gilded Age has the same actress that's in both shows on HBO. And, so it does happen. But sometimes when actors change shows, they change shows because something's going to happen to them in the show, and they got to get that work up. So I think not just from that, but I think that's also another thing. And someone said, as you know, I think that, yeah, it may not be conflict and everything, but I think he's out of here. I think he's out. I think he's got to go. We have to have some major character deaths in here. I would love for it to be Kenny. I'm beyond, and again, I use these actors' characters' names because I'm talking about the character, not the actor themselves. So always understand that's why I do it, because when I talk about Cosmo Kramer, I'm not talking about Michael Richards. When I talk about the Fonz, I'm not talking about Henry Winkler. When I talk about Stringer Bell, I'm not talking about Idris Elba. I'm talking about the character. And I would love for Kenny to get got. I want Kenny out of here. He's too close to my girl. Can't have it. Nonfiction. Why are you trying to get under the Don's skin with the blasphemy? None of that. All right? You can keep that stuff to yourself. None of that stuff. You know what I mean? We don't want that. You know what I'm saying? Kenny got to go. We got to get Kenny out of here. We gotta get Kenny out of here. I know it upsets Carla way. And I love you, Carla. But we need to have him get out of here. Kenny ain't getting no ass. Not on my watch, goddammit. And I have told the man in yellow, I told Doug here, that if he is the one to take out Kenny, before he does lean over to the actor and say This is from the Don Tony Teflon. And then do it. And hopefully he does it, goddamn. I really hope. I told him to do it. Hopefully he does it. He should do it, goddamn it. Should do it. That is what I want to do. Don't Doug do that shit. No. This is from the Don Tony fucking Teflon. Wow. And we heard my girl right here, my girl on the red carpet shout out the Don by saying, "What's going on, my familiar?" You heard, y'all seen the clip when she said it. You heard her say it. "What's going on, my familiar?" She know who the Don is. God damn it. She shouted it out on the goddamn red carpet. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. You put in this work. Everybody else on that cast is shouting out firmly. But what does my girl do? She turns around and goes, "What up, familiar?" Because she knows what it is. Acosta did it. The actress. She did it. And you go in there and look, you'll see the clip when she does it. And all of them are saying, "Friendly, what up, friendly?" And she goes, "What up, familiar?" She know what it's about. She know where she gets love at. She know what it's all about. She know who the man is up in this motherfucker. And that man is the name, the Don Tony motherfucking Teflon Lizard. You know what I'm saying? Come on. We gonna kill Kenny, goddammit. He killed Kenny. I'd go on the show and let Kenny kill me. I put me on the show and Kenny can kill me. Can't fuck me though. It can't be like, "Kenny ain't getting no ass, he's getting yours." No. We ain't playing that joke at all. I got my own kind. I got to put the Chuck Zero in that motherfucker and shut that down. So she brings the court scotch and she knows goddamn. You get on the set and pick there and be like, "So you came up with that line, Kenny ain't getting no ass, did you?" Well, here's a script for you right here, Teflon. Mr. Pinkner. Hell no, I gotta go. Shit. I gotta get him out of here. I think it was gonna be like this. That's not what I signed up for. I said I was gonna be an extra. Not that I was gonna take some extra. That ain't gonna happen, brother. Can't do that. I got to get go. That's gonna go. Yeah, that would never happen. That would never happen. That would never happen. Never happen. Nah, I blow backs out. The Don's back there would never sit. I don't. No matter what I squat or what I bench press or what any type of squat or any type of lift, the Don's back don't go out. I'm the back blower, outer. Period. That's the way it is, and that's the way it goes. As Dom, I should bringing the Dom up in this motherfucker. Listen, let's go through it, Father Dan. You say it right. This channel has made from the most exciting TV show watching experience I've watched. A lot of TV shows, but this channel, the fellow fans, the chat, and all the theories, etc., peak entertainment. 100%. And we all thank you for your comment. And we all know that them is facts. They can say whatever they can say whatever they want. But they know that Don pushed this show more than anybody out there. I'm not saying I'm the sole factor of the popularity of this show. Of course not. I would never be that. But I'm saying that I did a lot to push this show out there into the mass and the publics. And no other major YouTube channel covered this show until they watched me cover it. Those are the facts. And that's what it is. And anyone can say whatever they want, but those are the facts that matter and everything. And I appreciate everybody who took a chance on this show because of me, who watched my channel and said, well, the Don, like KP and all these people would like watch this show and say, you know what, let me give this show a shot because the Don told me to give it a shot. Let me give it a shot. I respect his opinion. And I appreciate all you people who actually went out there and people who became fans of this channel because of the show. I appreciate you finding me through the show. And I made a lot of good friends, a lot of good people. Again, I would have already had a convention done if the forces that be didn't prevent me. But I am still down. I am still down to get together. Again, if y'all just want to do a quick get together with a couple of panels, and the Don is good enough for you, and so and Julie B is good enough for you, and Real Enigma and Theories is good enough, and Taryn Matheru, and maybe some other people we can get to get on the panel is good enough, we can make this happen. We can get this shit happen, no problem. Because I got one from this one beautiful lady who's on the channel who happened to call in last time, who likes to ride horses, who lives in Kentucky. She gave me a whole thing for a hotel in Kentucky that was cheap, that we could all go to and everything else. All right. And I'll do it. If you want to go to Nashville, I'll do it. If anybody got any other spot that you want to go to and you say you want to meet up, let me know. I'll meet up with you. I'm about that life. I'm about that life. I'm about it. You know what I mean? And you want LMR to show up? LMR show up. Phil will show up. Guarantee the Don will be there. And I do it to you. I'll give it to you live. Like I don't bullshit on them panels. I don't bullshit on them panels at all. I get on there and give it to you live. And then we could all go out and hang out and drink. I'll get a suite up in this motherfucker. We go all go back to my suite and drink. The last con we did, who made them? I don't know if it was LMR who made them. But I remember we went back to the place, to the Airbnb that my boy hooked us up with in Nashville, which we all can get one up in there. And I think it was 100. It was like 160 Jello shots they made for us. I don't know if it was LMR who made them, but I'm thinking it was either LMR or someone with LMR. Like 160, like to 170 fucking Jello shots that they made for that night. And they were all gone when the night was over. Randall's like, I'm in Kentucky. I'll go to Kentucky. I'm with it. I don't give a motherfucker. I'm about it. Because I want to go to OVW anyway. I want to go there. I'll hook it up. I'll go to OVW and go out there and go to that wrestling show. I want to go to that shit myself. So I'll definitely go to Kentucky. I'll go anywhere. Whatever y'all want me to be, I'll be. But yeah, we had a great time, man. We did all that. I'll bring my board games out and shit. If people want to play some board games with me, I love to play board games. I got a bunch of retro board games. Y'all already seen I got the Dark Tower game. Dark Tower games are fucking, if you go on eBay and look for Dark Tower game, it's like worth $1,000. I got the Dark Tower game. I got a shit ton of old school like 80s board games and stuff like that. And I'm willing to bring them out there and play and everything else and all that good stuff. Who's saying this? Rose Jones says, I want to ride a cat. Rose, you wasn't. Wait, bro, how old are you, Rose? You're adult, right? I could have sworn There was some thing that I mean, that was probably just a joke. You can't be saying that shit, goddamn, and all that good stuff. You know what I mean? I'm girl. All right. Thank you. She's girl. All right. I guess someone's on Julie's stream saying they was 11 years old or something like that. All right, let's make sure. All right, and you can get then Rose Jonah to giddy up, giddy up, get it. Everybody is hey, let's make it happen. Let's make it happen. But in the end, in order to make it happen, I can't do the logistics. Someone's got to do it. The logistics of it all. I can do Nashville and logistics, but I can't do it for any other spot. So y'all have to do it. Nashville, I got connections. Nashville, I could hook people up with Airbnbs. Nashville, but I would still need someone to go out there and find a locale where we could actually have the actual convention at. Now, if we could do it in a hotel in Kentucky or Atlanta or anywhere, then we can just rent out one of the rooms in there, one of the governor's suites or governor rooms and stuff. And then we'd have our room to do our stuff like that. And we can go in there in a day and as long as it can fit everybody in there, we can have a good time. Because when I seen the camp videos and I seen how small that was, the camp videos, and they look like people were having a good time. But when I looked at it and I seen how small it was, then I was like, wow, these guys sitting on a couch with like 20 people in front of them, and they were happy with it. It was so because I'm used to like listen, when you go to Con of Thrones, when you went there, it was huge. I mean, there was like, I would say like 8 convention rooms. Plus the main stage that probably held like 600 people, you know, and the whole marketplace was a huge room with the marketplace and everything else. And they were having like sword dancing competitions and sword dancing classes every day and all this stuff. So when I'm thinking about convention, I'm thinking about it on that level. But there's also those conventions like a Song of Ice and Fire Con where it's a lot smaller and they just rent out a cabin and they have the space there and everyone just goes and at the end you get your own cabin and everyone just chills in their cabins and that. I can do it a Song of Ice and Fire Con style. It's just all up to what y'all do. I'm going to show up. That's what I'm going to do. You know what I mean? And that's what it is. It ain't about making dough or making money or anything. If I just was able to get enough money to get Julie there, to help Julie out so she can get there, you know, get myself there. I'll pay for my own way. I don't need no money for that. I'm good on that. But get Julie there, you know what I mean? So and so that she could be comfortable when she gets there and stuff and all that, and help anybody else out there. And if we have extra money to pay for someone to show up, like maybe Doug Hugh or someone to show up there and put the other money on that and pay for the spot itself, I'm cool with it. But I just pay for the spot itself, and I ain't trying to make no dough on it. I'm cool just hanging out. KP got enough money to get himself there, that rich ass bastard. Don't look KP. It's because he don't wear shirts don't mean that man broke. That man got enough money to pay for all of us to get there if he wanted to. All right. I'll sleep on KP. We'll make it an even 2 hours, so we'll go for 10 more minutes. And then we're out of here and stuff like that. And if you want more, I do believe that Julie is doing a stream right after this on Julie B's Deep Dive. You can go right over there. She'll be right over there right after and stuff. So 10 more minutes, and we'll get in there. I'll take any questions for these 10 minutes. It'll be a ask me anything type situation. The number is still available, 518-290-0848. Ask me anything if you want. And I'll answer all your questions right now for these last 10 minutes. We're going to do them rapid fire if they keep coming in quick and everything else. And I'll be honest about everything, like I always am, and all that. I am starving. Like I'm thinking, like I have nothing. I'm trying to think in my house. There's nothing here to eat. So what do you think about the Running Man? I think it looks good. I think it looks real good. I like the fact that they expanded it, not from there, as the person is being chased all over the world or all over the city and stuff like that. So I'm hoping that that's what goes down. It looks good, though. I like the first trailer. I didn't think I would like it, but I did like it. Nonfiction. You think Bertha is getting divorced from Mrs. Russell? If it's going by the character that she's playing, or Miss Vanderbilt, she eventually does get divorced from her husband, remarries, and then he dies, and then that's when she goes into the separatist movement, and then becomes like one of the leading donators there. So I don't know if they're actually going to go that far with it and have her story parallel that story that much. So I don't think that they're going to get divorced, but I think that the threat is going to be there, and that's going to snap her. That's going to snap her back into a thing. That will snap her back into what she's doing and everything else. So that's what I believe is going to happen with her. If they follow the storyline straight up from Vanderbilt, then yes, she would get divorced. Then she would get remarried again, and then she'd have to move to Newport, and then she'd have to join. Then her daughter would go off, marry the Duke, never speak to her again for a very long time, where they just have one-word conversations, because the Duke starts cheating on her daughter when she's out there, and then she gets all thing, and then she breaks up from the Duke, and then all that stuff like that. Would you marry the Duke? Nope. I would never marry a man in my life. So no, I would not marry the Duke. Nonfiction. This is not for me. That's not the way the Don rolls. I love women. All of them. Glenn Carter, Tony, are you happy with Diddy coming home? Should he start his own baby? That there was no racketeering evidence to convict Diddy from the beginning, and he should have never been charged with that one crime.
Rambert Manor. To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
What's going on? You're rocking with the Don Tony Teflon.
Tony, what's going on? Carol here.
What are you in a fancy hotel or something?
No, I'm in my house.
Oh, because the name that popped up when you said it. It was I'm not going to say that the whole thing, but it said the manor, and I was like,
oh, okay, yeah. Well, that's technically that's the name of my house. But it's a long story. Long story, yes. So I heard we're doing some AMA stuff. First of all, I want to congratulate Mr. Sean Puff Daddy Combs.
Okay.
For Jesus Christ. Listen, I mean,
go ahead. I don't know what happened. I can't hear him anymore.
Talk a little bit about you and your YouTube life.
All right.
What is one thing about your job as a YouTuber? And if you want to go into like your daytime job too, that's fine. Mm-hmm. But like I'm talking as a YouTuber. What is one thing about being a YouTuber, especially the kind of YouTuber that you are, that people understand, that people misunderstand? Sorry. And what do you think is something that you have, something that you do behind the scenes of your YouTube work that takes up a lot of your time that people would never really think about?
Right.
Like, you know,
I got it. I got
two quick questions.
I got that answer for you. No problem. I think that
all right.
All right. Thanks for the call, brother.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I think that what happens, one thing that people think happens is that, let me tell you, women don't throw themselves at you. You don't get a lot. I've been single 5 years. Women don't throw themselves at you. Not saying that. Listen, I'm not saying I don't have offers in 5 years and no one wants to be with me or anything like that. But I'll say, it's not that fame that you think that you have where you just feel like you're somebody or anything else like that. It's very low key and everything. So people may get into it and think, oh, you missed the beast and you're gonna know this, or Logan Paul or Jake Paul, and that doesn't happen at all. Even people who have 500,000 subscribers, that 500,000 subscribers is niche and everything else like that. So I would say that is something that people may think is going to happen. I'm going to get this fame, I'm going to be this, and I'm going to get these chicks, I'm going to do it. No. I've heard of women YouTubers dating other women YouTubers who have, you know what I mean? Who does that, who have dated them and everything else like that and all that. But it doesn't go down like that. I think it more happens for females who's on YouTubers, that guys are more aggressive. So there'll be, I think that day I know my friend Val, who had a channel called Because Geek, and she is, I think, engaged to a subscriber who was a person who started off as a subscriber and stuff like that. So I think that's more of a woman thing than a man thing. As for something that people don't think about, it's I would say it's the motivation to make a video that you're happy with. It's easy in the beginning when you just go out there and you throw up your videos and you're there and you want to put a video out just for the pleasure of putting a video out. But when you're writing a script, editing the video, making the thumbnail, coming up with the title, doing all these things that take 8 to 10 hours minimum on some videos, and that's like 10-15 minute videos, and the video doesn't perform as much as you would want it to do, the motivation to make that next video and say, all right, that video didn't do well, what can I do better? Or do these people even want to hear me talk about this topic, is what would be something that gets you down and stuff like that. So that you can make the best videos. I've made great videos I thought were amazing and got no views. And I've done videos that I thought went and got a whole lot of views. So you really can't call it or predict it or know exactly which one's going to be the one. And you can never get too high or too low from anything, because it just really puts you in a state of depression. At least for me, because I deal with depression, but it really will, it really will hurt you on the inside when you put so much work. Put 10 hours in something and something's getting 500 views, you know what I mean, which is not even $5. And you put 10 hours, you start reevaluating your life. Like, I just dropped 10 hours of my life to get this done, and I'm getting $5. So can you think of a monetary future and say, listen, I put that in the bank, let me get better from it, let me go, and everything else, and let me keep going. It would be more something like that in the end, I would think, when it's all said and done, and everything. So those would be the two things I would think that people, may think you're going to go in here and just be the man and everything else like that, and all these people are going to fall. That's not true. That doesn't happen. Maybe it does. It doesn't happen for me. Not saying you're not going to have people that like you or fans or anything else. There is an aspect of that on YouTube. And I think that some people don't know how it actually feels when you put your heart and soul into something in a video and it does nothing, or how that makes you not even want to do another video or on that topic ever again or anything like that. And how much you have to just say, I could have been spending time with my kids. I could have been doing this. I could have been doing all these things. And I think that's what it's hard. All right, let me take this last question from KP and let me get up out of here. What's the biggest risk you've ever taken? If you can go back and give your 18-year-old self advice, what would it be? 18-year-old self, me? I would say that 18 years old, I would say truly enjoy every second of the day that your kids are young. That's what I would say. Enjoy every half second, no matter what it is, that your kids are young, because it goes by so fast and things become so mundane. I mean, every time you get to take them to school, every time you get to take them Christmas shopping, go Christmas shopping for them, every time they wake you up in the middle of the night and they need their diaper changed, every time they're crying and you're tired because you gotta go to work, but you gotta rock them to sleep. Every time they're crying, they won't stop, so you put them in a car seat and you drive around town until they fall asleep, and then bring every little thing that you have done with your children. Cherish every second of it, because it goes by so fast. And that's what I would say if I could talk to my 18-year-old self, that when you have kids, just really enjoy every second of it, because that's what I missed the most in my life. And I were hurt, and I took a lot of those times for granted, and that's what it would be and stuff. So that's what I would say. All right, let me get up out of here. Thank you all for coming out here and rocking with the Don Tony Teflon. Truly appreciate it. And if you like the way I do this, please thumbs up this, spread this across the realm, and of course, subscribe. And until next time.